It's in.
Good morning, friends. My name is Tara Tom. We are coming at you live from Western New York in Albion at Town and Country Quilt Shop. We have had a fun and frantic morning, and now we are just ready to relax and spend some time with our friends and show you what we have new here. So if you are here, I'd like you to comment in the comments and just say hi from wherever you are. So if you're from Hilton, say hi from Hilton. If you're from Canada, I don't think anyone will be, say hi from Canada. And that'll help us to know who's here and where you're from. So it is a beautiful sunny day here in Albion, and I don't think we're expecting any rain. We had some nice downpours yesterday, which was, I say nice because then we didn't have to water our baskets, which is getting old. I don't know how many of you have baskets, but those babies need to be watered every day or they look very sad, and we're getting tired of doing that. So we're going to do a few things today. One, we're going to show you some stuff that's new, brand new. We're going to make an announcement. I think we may have talked about it last time, but we have something to show you about a new quilt along. Irene has a demo that she's going to share with the item of the month. And what else? One thing we totally forgot to put on the Facebook page, I'm seeing, but we'll add it later. And that is this guy, which we forgot to put it on the list too. So Irene, you can talk about that when you're doing your demo. And then we're going to do our 3, 2, 1, which Irene will talk about later. But while we're talking about the Facebook Live and the website, I just want to let everybody know that is what I've been struggling with this morning, is that I'm putting things on the Facebook Live page of the website, and then I'm looking later and they have disappeared from the Facebook Live page of the website. So I will be working on that later on today on the phone with tech support. But just so you know, if you're going there expecting to find stuff and it's not there, it was right before we hit live. So, and I will try to get it back there today, but I don't know why it's going off. So it might be a little bit. Of course, you can always come in here to purchase anything that you're interested in. And I think that all of these things will stay on the website, just not on the Facebook Live page. So, and if you need help, then just give us a call. Yeah, sorry, just got a phone call.
No problem.
All right, so without further ado, do we have any friends here?
Yes, we do. We
All
have
right.
Debbie Thies. We have Kathy Humphrey. We
Nice.
have Linda Luther. We had, Joan. We have, and Bonnie Sincala.
All right.
So far, we have 8, but I'm only seeing 6.
And in here, we have me, Tara Tom. We have Irene, who you can hear, who is manning the camera, and Brenda, who is manning the computer, and she is there and available to answer any questions. Or if she has to ask us any questions, then she can do that too. So just so you know, if you do have questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. And I just realized I forgot to put my headgear on.
Oh.
So let's get it on.
Get it on there, girl.
All
we
right.
also have Noreen and my sister, Beverly.
Well, hello, girls. All right, so first we're going to talk about what's new. And I actually, I thought about this. I'm going to just take this plastic off because I just think it's more fun without the plastic on. But someone remind me I need to put the sticker back on.
Oh.
So this is a new line by Three Sisters for Moda. I'm a big Three Sisters fan. And this is their newest line, and it's called Three Sisters Favorites Vintage. So it's got a vintage feel, and it is probably from previous lines. I think they may have added a few. Brenda's getting excited. And it is just so beautiful. As you can see, these are low volume. These are creams, and we are going to pair them with some of our blacks that we got earlier in the month. And they just have just a nice background feel. They're so yummy. And I'm going to have Irene hold this up to the camera so that you can see it. And we have some of those. Those are the fat quarter bundles. And those are $89.99 for that's the whole line.
Oh, a nice cream, white on cream. That's beautiful. Dots. Oh no, they're not dots. I don't know what they are, but they're not dots. There's dots. Those are pretty. But this is a beautiful bundle. This would be great for Irene and all her demos. It's beautiful. And that's the top one. Oops, sorry. There.
So along with that bundle, we also purchased this pattern. This pattern has both the patterns for a throw size quilt and a crib size quilt. And it also has a finished pillow pattern in here. So, and this uses this bundle and some other things, other
It also
fabrics.
shows a second colorway with color. Yeah.
Yep.
But look how pretty it is. It's so pretty.
So that would be beautiful for those of you who have daughters or daughters-in-law who are having babies and they want no color for their, I'm getting a lot of people saying they want grays or just black and white.
Yeah,
so this would be a great option for
there's
that.
a crib size, as Tara said, 38.5 by 50.5. Or you can do throw size. And of course, you could always expand it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
With some more fabric.
So that's brand new. This is called Gentle Kisses, and it is $10. And this is called Three Sisters Favorite Vintage, and it has, does it say how many? Nope. It has fat quarters. It's a fat quarter bundle, and it's $89.99. So those are those. We also are anxiously awaiting the arrival of 25 bolts and some fat quarter bundles of the newest line from Lori Holt, who is the owner of Bee in My Bonnet. And what we are going to be doing is this quilt along. I'm going to have Irene hold it up. It's called Let's Make a Snowman. And it begins in August. So we have the fabric literally on the way. I think that it's going to get here on Monday, which means it might not get here till Tuesday because the FedEx and UPS guys know that we're not open on Mondays, but we'll see. I'm going to try to be here. And these fabrics are so beautiful. I was just putting them in the computer the other day and I was like getting a little misty-eyed because I just love them and they're so beautiful. And I'm really excited about this quilt along, and we're going to be doing some fun stuff in the shop. We're waiting for some details to find out how Lori is going to be executing it, whether it's going to be the blog or YouTube, but we're really excited about it. And as soon as I can, I'm going to have the kits for the sew along available on the website. So we will let you know when that happens. Right now, I don't know. Nobody knows, as far as I know, how much of each fabric goes in the kit. So that's why we don't have it yet. But this is going to be super fun, and we're excited about it. And another thing that we're excited about is our item of the month. And I'm going to give Irene an opportunity to talk about that and also do a demo to show you what you can do with these tools. So here she comes.
Alrighty. Hi everybody, how are you doing? The item of the month is a Studio 180 bundle, and I love, Tara calls it the next step, because a lot of you have done tucker trimmers and wing clippers, and as much as I love them, we need to keep moving you forward. So the bundle this month, and this is pre-sale, you call and order them, is the V block and the square squared. V block, there's one size fits all. Square squared, this is the original. So it goes up to 6 inch. Okay, so if you have anything that requires a square and a square, the unit is called square and a square. The tool is called square squared, which I think is cute. So you can always tuckerize it if you want to. So of course she wrote some technique sheets. Technique sheets, if you're unfamiliar, look like this. They're green across the top, and they have technique sheet, and they do a specific unit. Interesting story about these. I love when Deb tells the story. So does she. Her husband and her son are part of the business. They, for the most part, her husband runs the shipping. And if you've ever ever ordered directly from Studio 180, their goal is to have the package out within 24 hours. And unless you order on a Sunday morning, even then, I've ordered Sunday because that's when I have time, and it's out the door. I get my email on Monday. So they're fantastic. But he runs the shipping. He's not a quilter. Her son helps him in shipping and also does some of the tech stuff. Again, not a quilter. So when she came up with these ideas, he said, nobody's going to buy those. Why are you doing that? Why would people buy this? They can just buy a pattern and have the whole pattern. Well, let me tell you, she's got, I don't know how many, 25 maybe. And they sell like hotcakes for people like us that want to not just do one size in a pattern, because it allows you to do all sizes. So if you are tuckerizing a pattern, you find out how big the unit is, find it on here, and you can make it easier, make it better, and trim it down to perfection. So there are two technique sheets that I'm going to show you today. One of them is for V block. Sorry, left my mouth home. Which is called Sidekick High-Low. And it's a cool name. It's a weird, concept, but it's a cool name. And then for Square Squared, there's little houses, which are adorable. So let's get started. First of all, let me give you an idea of what we're talking about. For Sidekick High-Low, it's exactly that. You have a high side and a low side. And it can be on the right or it could be on the left. There. Either way, depend. This one's not on the left? Still on the right, isn't it? I can't do this backwards. But anyway, that one's better. Okay, so it's on the left. And again, it makes this really cute star. Really, really cute star. And she has a pattern, which I'll show you in a minute. It's multiples of these with different colors and things like that. So you're going to start out, I'm going to come over there, because again, and this is a very simplified one. I've already shown you V-block, so we're going to simplify it a little bit and already start with the one side on to save a little time, not bore you to tears. Get my little pieces here. All right, so basically, like I said, and I'm coming over, I'm just showing you a couple things ahead of time. They can go in different directions, and they can go in different colors if you want. Okay, I lost my camera woman. Here we go, see? So in this one, I kept them on the same color, but on this one, I switched colors to do the short side. It's kind of fun. So let me show you what we got here. And again, I've already done the V-block part because you already know how to do that. The one big difference, when I showed you the V-block demo, gosh, 3 weeks ago already, we did it with a strip. For these, you do it with a square. So you cut out, again, using your tool, you cut out on this side. Let me put it down so you can read it better. This side cuts out these long side pieces, okay? And this is the trim down. So I've already done that. Now what I'm going to do is a very simple folded corner. I've drawn a line, corner to corner. I'm going to sew on the line so it looks like this. Then I'm going to cut, of course, and then I'm going to press out. Then I'm going to trim. These are going there, that one's going the same way. So when I do my trim, remember these are roughly 4.5 inches. And you can do any size you want, but I tend to stick with 4.5 unfinished, 4-inch finished. The difference is how big is it in your quilt? That's finished. when you're never going to touch it again. So since I'm doing 4s, I'm just like I did with V-block. I'm going to take my 4X right there, line it up on my big piece. Because notice, this line's not going to go correct because it's not full length. It's only partial. So I got to use this as my indicator as well as my little 4X. And hang on.
Oops.
Yep. Slight technical difficulty.
There's one in that box right there.
Okay. I forgot to get out the cutter. So I'm going to go the famous up, and I'm cutting at an angle. I apologize because I want you to see everything. Up and over. Woo, stuck. And then I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to line up on the 4.5 excuse me, line up the ones I just did. That allows this X to fall in the top of the full size one. Okay, again, it's not going to line up perfectly there because that's smaller. And then I go up and I go over. See, look, I'm not cutting much off. Isn't that cool? So you're not wasting valuable stuff. And there's my unit. And that unit is now ready to go in my quilt. And you have, you know, you can do all kinds of cool things with these. The pattern, why am I so uncoordinated? I spend hours getting ready. I just want you to know that. The pattern that we are looking at for this is Wish Upon. Can you get it without a glare? Get stuck?
Yeah.
So you will see they're all those kinds. You just do it with different colors. Okay, this can be a lap or a full. You can make whichever you like. And if you wanted to, obviously, also has some flying geese in it.
And those flying geese have a lot of movement too because they're different colors on each side. Yep. So that quilt sparkles.
Isn't that beautiful? Mm-hmm. I really should finish mine. I started it way back when. All right. While she's all set up over there, I'm going to show you the other. So that technique sheet looks like this, okay? We have them here. So if you're interested in it, it's not part of the bundle, but if you're interested in it, as well as the pattern, the Wish Upon pattern, you're more than welcome to purchase that. And if you have any questions, I'm right here to help you. As I said, this is a pretty fast demo here so that you don't.
I have a little fun fact to share with you, Irene.
Yes, dear.
The 3 sisters are all watching in a row.
Are they really?
Commenting in a row, yep.
Terry, I have 3
Cassie,
sisters
in March.
Including those 3 that have I've adopted. So can I be the 4th sister, guys? All right. So we're going to do some, I'm trying to get organized this time. It's not working. Just want you to know that. Okay, we're going to do some.
And we don't need V-block.
We don't need V-block anymore. We're going to do some little houses. And little houses is such a cute little name. And the unit basically looks like this.
Looks like a little house.
Looks like a little house. And you're going to use your square squared. And again, we're going to do it slightly differently. I got to tell you that in my world, Deb Tucker's a genius because where she came up with these things. Seriously, why are you so discombobulated? So we are going to take a square. And it tells you on here what size your squares have to be, the whole 9 yards. So we're going to take a square. We have drawn lines diagonal right down the center. This is a little different than you're used to. We usually line this up on the center. We're not doing that. We are going to draw a line from point to point. Now, you don't have to draw the other line, but I want to show you something really cool. So, once you draw those lines, you stitch on those lines, and then you're going to cut a 1/4 of an inch. I need my 1/4 of an inch. There we go. From the center toward the top. You're going to cut that one. And then you're left over with this. And if it's not perfect, if the lines weren't drawn perfect, you can clean it up a little. I want to show you something cute to do with those. You don't have to keep these. It actually is excess, but I'm going to show you in a minute what's really cute. And we're going to push this out to here. Now I'm right-handed, so I'm going to turn this because I like doing that one first. Then I'm going to take another square that I have drawn on the same way, and I'm going to put it on the other side here. This is my diagonal. This is my extra. So we're going to do the same thing. This is very well pressed. Okay. We're going to do the same thing. These tools are awesome because they have a 1/4 inch dotted line. So I don't have to run and find my other one, which today would not be good. And then we're going to push that out. Now look at that. Isn't it cute? Then you're going to take it. I'm going to use this one because it's pressed. You need to press them well. And again, I'm going to use my X side. Notice I didn't use this side at all. I don't need it, okay? Not for this tech sheet. I know I'm doing a 4 inch, so I'm running these 4s. Now, normally you have a square and a square, so it goes here, here, here. I don't have that. I only have the top. So I'm going to put my 4s, and you'll notice the little X goes along the sides. So you can do it this way. This is your 1/4 inch. You don't want to mess with that. That's what's going to make this unit perfect when you add it to something else. That's what's going to allow you to not cut off the nose or the roof of the peak of your little house. So we're going to turn it. Line up my 4 down here. I'm also lining up my 4.5 inch lines, because that's the size my square is going to be before I put it in. And notice, I am not cutting much off. But if you were to leave it on and try to attach this somewhere, it would wreak havoc. So that's all I cleaned up to have a perfect unit. Now those little guys, aren't they adorable? What you can do is you can press them out, and then you can trim them for later use. Aren't they adorable? They're just so cute. So I don't throw anything out. I really don't. Most people would put these in the scrap bin, but I don't do that. So to give you an idea, Southern Hospitality, which is a much older pattern, I'm trying to get the glare off it, has little houses all the way around as a border. Isn't that pretty? That's so pretty. I want to make this pattern. I just haven't gotten around to it. I mean, it's got some other things on it too, but it uses your square squared tool. This one is a 1 size, but you could always expand it if you wanted to. And it's 66 by 74 when you finish. So someday I'll get this one done. This one I haven't even started. The other I have started, but this one I do not. All right, so we have that tech sheet also, little houses, okay? And look at these patterns on the back. Aren't they beautiful? These are all little houses. And again, to make a beautiful border. On my sample for my class, I have one that I used little houses to make star points. You can also do that. Use little houses to make your star points. Okay? All right. If you have any questions ever, you know where to find me. This week, I'm teaching today, so I work on Friday. And you can always pop in. You can always email me, text me, whatever.
So I have a comment about these demos and these tech sheets. So if you are interested in the tech sheets and you sort of want to have a guide while you're doing them, all of these Facebook Lives go up on our YouTube channel. So you could buy the tech sheet and then get the demo from Irene by just going to YouTube. You can search Town and Country Quilt Shop.
And as much as I know you love my sweet face, you could also get them on Deb Tucker's site. So she goes fast. So you think I go fast? She goes fast. because she tells me I'm not spending it. It costs a lot of money to have them recorded because they're done professionally and everything. So she goes fast. All right, before
unlike us, we just do it amateur.
Yeah, I'm just
We're amateurs.
Before I go away from Deb Tucker, what we have in the back here, this is not either one of our tools. It is our Hunter Star kit, and we have 2 kits left. Now, this kit is awesome. I was going through it going, I didn't know we did that. This even put the backing in this kit. We don't normally put backing in, but it matches perfectly. Also, I don't think there's any of this fabric left. So if you like the looks of this, we have 2 kits. They are $41.24. They're actually 25% off. So once they're gone, they are gone. So if you love these fabrics, and it's a Hunter Star, so all you need is the Rapid Fire Hunter Star. And if you have any questions, I know somebody who can help. The other thing I want to point out is we have restocked Invisigrip. If you are buying the bundle, you are going to want to buy Invisigrip. It reminds me of those Klingon things you used to put on your windows for the holidays. It's just a film that goes onto your tool on the back, and it allows it to not move as much. Matter of fact, I have one person who won't use it because she can't move a ruler at all. You can. You just got to lift it a little. But it's twofold. It keeps it from slipping, and it protects all these lines because the lines are written on the back, and it protects all of them so that they don't wear out. Now, you're probably thinking, mine would never wear out. You'd be surprised. You're going to get addicted to these things. So we have this back in stock, and it's a very reasonable price. I just don't know what it is. Okay? So we got some more back because I bought the last one. The other thing we have restocked is the Basement Quilt book. Not only have we restocked the Basement Quilt book, we have gotten number 2. I hope I'm doing these in the right order.
I just finished reading number 2.
And number 3. So Bev, don't worry, I got you covered. Okay. I finished number 1 Sunday, and I immediately text Tara and like, when is it coming in? I need it. So this time I'm buying both of them. So when I finish this one's already on hand. And I believe there are 5 in the series. Isn't that what we figured out?
I don't know.
But good read. It's not, I read a lot of murder mysteries. This is not that. It is
a mystery, though.
There is a mystery. It's interesting, but nobody gets killed as far as I know. So, but they're entertaining. So yeah, I'm a little worried about this one.
Yeah, maybe someone will get killed in that
one. Who knows? But they're interesting. The characters are interesting. It's very light. It's not, I read so many mysteries and so many crime procedurals and all that I'm constantly trying to figure them out. What are they up to? Blah, blah, blah. It's not like that. So I think you'll really, really, really enjoy it. Nice, simple reading in the sense that it's not going to stress you out. It's exciting. All right, so those are back in stock. Well, those are in stock for the first time. Basement Quilt is back in stock because they seem to be very popular. All right. Is that all me? That's all me, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, we've changed this.
I don't know anything.
We've changed this like 4 times. I believe that's all me, unless you want me to come back and do 3, 2, 1 when we're done.
Yep, I will, but
all right, but you've got stuff to do first. Yep. All right. You go right ahead, and I'll try to clean up my mess from behind.
Right. So another new thing that we have in stock is these tiny, tiny little buttons. They look like this. Irene, can you see how that looks on the video?
Aren't they adorable? They're on the boot. Here, let me stretch it up so you can tell it's a boot. There. Isn't that adorable? They're so little.
And we have those because we have this class coming up. This is called the Coneflower Applique class. There's 2 spots left in it, and it is Saturday, August 10th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So this is one of those patchabilities, applique and quilt as you go kind of thing. You can't see it on the back, but it does end up being quilted by the applique process. So that is coming up, and we have these buttons in stock. And maybe you're not taking the class, but you have one of these that you'd like to add some buttons to. So we have those available too.
Do we have any kits left?
We do not. I don't think there are any kits left. Yep. Nope.
So hopefully you have your kit,
yep.
Or you can kit it yourself.
Totally. Yep. I think we do have patterns left.
Cool.
Yep. All right. So that is that. And I also wanted to talk about, we're doing something new around here. I have been spending some time hunting for these, and we've just got a slow start. Just like, I don't know how many of you were here back in 2017 or 18 or 19 when we had not very much fabric. But we like to start small around here and build as we go. And we also like to know what you all like, and so we just try to buy more of that. But this is the beginning of we're calling it a new department, and it's called, although I kind of made this up, and I would love to hear your ideas if you have any ideas on a better name for this. It's called Town and Country Frugal Finds. And the basis for it is I'm looking for fabric that is, first of all, number one, high quality quilt shop fabric, not something that you're going to be able to get at Walmart. It has to be that. And also at a discount. So I might not be able to ever buy a whole line of that kind of fabric, but I'm looking for that for you. And so I want to have a shelf in the shop here and an area on the website that is called something better than Town and Country Frugal Finds. We will call it that unless someone comes up with a better name, but go ahead. If you have an idea for that, put it in the comments, and maybe one of you will be able to name our new department. In the meantime, we do have 3 bolts of that. This is going to be the first one. These are, so far, I've only gotten them from Figo Fabrics. This one is from a line called More Pie, ? I thought it was cute. Okay. And this is an orange colorway with some, looks like berries and flowers.
Aren't they cute? They're tiny. I think they're supposed to be cherries. They're not quite the right color, but they're supposed to be cherries.
They're orange cherries.
Orange cherries. There you go.
And this one has green cherries.
So these are the blueberry version that isn't blue.
That one is also from the More Pie collection from Figo.
I love these. And
it's got like a light, I think do you think it's light blue or mint?
It's not mint.
Okay.
I would go light blue.
Okay.
I think. It looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks really good. The only thing on the phone, these are coming out a lot darker, the berries, than they actually are. They're a little less in your face. It's a very nice, gentle kind of thing.
Almost a blender. Would look great in an apron or a table topper.
Pot holders.
Pot holders, yep. Curtains even.
Yeah.
This one I really love. I think I'm partial to pink, but this one is
pink,
called Refreshed Buds. Pink.
I need a job naming these things.
That's a fun print too.
It is.
Wait, I'm holding out till the end, girls.
So I almost gave it away. One thing I do want to tell you, this is a little darker. I'm trying to get a good angle on it. This is a little bit darker than it's showing up. It's a prettier pink, like a true pink. And then these guys are dark, but it's coming out washed out.
I could see that in a little girl's quilt.
Yes.
Or a little girl's dress.
I'm working on the dresses.
Yeah. So Brenda asked me the question, but I was saving it for the end.
She wouldn't let me tell.
And I'm going to keep collecting these. So keep looking for them. But these are going to be $7.99 a yard.
Woo-hoo.
I don't know where else you can buy fabric for $7.99 a yard.
Not good fabric.
Yes, that's not the sale price. That's just the price. So if you're looking to make like a Project Linus quilt or anything like that, these are going to be go-to fabrics for that. I'm going to keep buying them as I find them so that we can have an opportunity for those of you who maybe want to donate or maybe don't want to spend $13 a yard on fabric, so that you have an option for that too. So And we're just starting small. We're starting with 3 bolts, and we'll just keep building as that goes. So
these would be great for a children's quilt because they're going to drag it around and all kinds of stuff. So, you wouldn't worry as much about throw up on it. I was trying to leave that one out and other things. So yeah, these would be perfect.
Yep. So that is we're calling it the new department. Have we had any good ideas on a better name than Town and Country Frugal Finds? Brenda, have you seen anything? All right, well,
nothing yet.
You guys don't have any better ideas than I do, but if you do, let us know because it's okay, but I don't love it. All right, so the next thing is going to be, I'm going to turn it over to Irene because she's so good at talking about 3-2-1, and she's going to introduce what 3-2-1 means to you, and I am going to go off camera.
They gave us an idea. One of the sisters gave us an idea for pillowcases.
Oh, yes.
With these. That's
a good one.
And again, drool on them. That was big a deal. All right. 3-2-1. 3-2-1 is how we finish every Facebook Live, or nearly every Facebook Live, as long as we're organized. And it's basically things that are in the store that have been here a little while, so we want them to find a new home that will be very appreciative of them. So 3 is always a fabric. And then 2 and 1 are things that, again, we only have maybe 2, maybe 1, maybe a couple more, but they need to move on out so we can make room for other stuff. So we start with the 3. The 3 this time is it's
a Moda.
Moda. Rachel Remembered. If you've ever, I made a whole quilt with Rachel Remembered.
The Civil War reproduction.
Yep, it is. I don't know how well it's coming out. It is $3 a yard.
It's a little more burgundy than what I'm seeing through the camera lens.
And what color are the things that I don't know what they are?
They're like a
brownish
brown. Yep.
It's very pretty.
Blurry.
And the line had multiples of this style, of this pattern. It says here a weird number. I think there's about 8 yards. And I don't know if you've ever experienced our $3 a yard fabric, but it rarely makes it through the weekend.
It did not make it through 10 o'clock last week.
Yep. We had somebody came in and bought the whole thing, or called and bought the whole thing. Sometimes I have a class coming up at 10:30, and sometimes they come in and buy so if you want it, you got to get it fast. Okay. So that's the 3. 2 are something near and dear to my heart, and that is cake mixes. If any of my friends from when I taught at Barb Miller's at Mount Pleasant Quilting, we did a whole bunch of these. Donna and Michelle and that crew, we did a ton of these. And if you've never seen one, is it open? Yep. Basically 10-inch squares. I'm trying not to hit my microphone.
This is for layer cakes.
This is
or
layer cakes, or cut your own, whatever you want to call them. And what you have is you have a pattern. And you lay this, you put
Can I bring it closer?
Yep, you put a background down and then a print right sides together. And then you lay this on there and you sew. I always screw this up because it's the opposite of paper piecing. You sew, stitch length has to drop a little. And you sew on the dotted lines and cut on the solid lines. You're going to want to be careful there. Then what it ends up doing is giving you pieces that can make any of these blocks. Just from this one. There are 42 in here. So you can make 42 of whichever block, or mix and match, do a sampler, whatever. They were originally numbered 1 through 8. This was years ago. Then they did come out with 9 through 12, but they didn't last long. I don't know why. I think because the person who did it switched companies. But anyway, so we have here in the shop Number one, and you can tell by what's in the cup. And number two, they get more complicated as your numbers go up with more pieces. So this one has more pieces. These are awesome because I don't want to say they're mindless, but let's be honest, they really are. You can just sew and sew and sew and sew and sew and sew, and then you cut, and they don't have to be trimmed because they're already perfect because you cut them out on the paper. You don't have to trim. So because they go up in difficulty, these are two different prices. Let's start with one. One is originally, I do have it right side up, originally $12. We have two of them on sale for $6 each. Okay. Then two was originally $12.50. We have it on sale for $6.50, and we have four of these. So these are, I love cake mixes. They are really awesome when you have done an extremely complicated quilt and you just need to relax. So those are number two. Number one, how many do we, is this the only one we have?
I'm not sure.
We might have a couple of these. This is called Retro Clean. And what this is used for is when, let's say you go to a yard sale or you go to an estate sale and you buy a quilt top and it's kind of yellowed or whatever, it's older, you can wash it with this and it shows you the difference that it can make. Remember, it's hard to wash older quilts because A, they may have sat around for a while, probably, and B, they could be hand sewn. So you don't want a rough detergent on them. You want something that's going to do the job but not destroy the fabric. And that's what this is supposed to do. Okay? It is originally $4.99, on sale for
$2.50.
$2.50. I thought so. She just didn't write it down, so it goofed me all up. So $2.50. We might have more than one. I thought I saw at least one more around here. Okay. So number one, $2.50. Originally $4.99. Retro Clean. Cake mixes, depending on whether it's one or two, either $6 or $6.50. And $3 fabric. And like I said, I think there's about 8 yards. I think that's an 8 that's written on there from when we did inventory. Like I was part of it. But when she did inventory, I think there's about 8 here. This would make a nice back. Very nice. Yes, Miss Tara.
We have a question from Marge Rogers.
Hi, Marge.
She's wondering, what size quilt does one make? I'm guessing she's talking about the cake mixes.
Well, you end up with one cake mix plus one Moda print layer cake and one Moda Bella Solid. You don't have to use on that. It doesn't say.
I answered that it varies depending on
which pattern you do. You end up 2 assembled recipe cards make a 16 by 16 finished block. So if you had 2 recipe cards, so that would be 20 16-inch blocks. Ish. So I think I've done most of the quilts I've done, I've only used one. And sometimes I have some left over. Actually, I've got quite a few left over. It's a good size quilt. And
there's your answer, Marge. It's a good size.
It's so exact. But again, it does depend on, are you going to do a 4x5? Are you going to do it, it all depends. There are books out there, cake mix books, that give you different patterns. The original one that came out of the first 8 had 2 patterns for each one. But don't be hungry when you read it. Because they're cake mixes, all the patterns are named for food. It's horrible. No, it's not horrible. It's kind of cute. Matter of fact, one of them was called, it just went out of my head. But it'll come back as soon as we're done. It is a quilt that I just donated to my, oh, so old, great nephew's basketball team to raise money to go to Florida at Christmas and play basketball. So I just donated it.
Creme
Creme brulee. Thank you. Who said that?
I did.
Oh, good job. Creme brulee. So yes, they're all named after food, which is awesome. So any other questions, my dear?
I'm not seeing any.
Sorry, I'm getting a frog in my throat. I think we have covered everything we wanted to. We talked about that and the two. And again, if you ever, I'm still working on the quilting schedule, the class, I shouldn't call it quilting, the classes schedule. We do have an open house on September 14th, Saturday from 10 to noon. So you're welcome to come in and meet the teachers. I'll actually make this one this time. I'm not away at that time. And you can see what we have available. Sign up for classes. Don't forget, anything you buy, like fabric or pattern or whatever, for a class that we're teaching is 10% off when you purchase it. And the only other reminder I have is for the quilt-aways. We are filling up. We're not full. We got room. But if you have any friends or anything that are interested in it, you can either forward them my email or you can let me know and I will send them one on my email. So keep that in mind. They are November 7th through the 10th and the 14th through the 17th. You pick which one you want to go. Or if you're a glutton for punishment, you can come to both. You just have to go home in between unless you want to pay for the motel. So yeah, let us know if you have any questions, and we will see you next week. Next week will be August. Oh, that reminds me.
Oh, yes.
The item of the month only goes through the end of this month, which is Wednesday. So you have to order it by Wednesday, by the close of business Wednesday, so that you can get the discount. And I'm not sure I told you what that was. The two tools together are normally $65.99 and they're on sale for $49.50. So if you're going to do that, now is the time if you haven't done it yet. And we have the patterns and the tech sheets available for you extra if you want to purchase those. So I'm glad I remembered that. All right, so I will see you next week, and which will be the day before my little boy's first birthday. I'm going out the following, like 2 days later. So, all right, talk to you soon, and have a great day. It's beautiful out there.
Thank you.
Bye.